Welcome, welcome, my YouTube fam. Welcome. Sorry. Well, let's get into this quick video. And it's a cash stuffing video. But I would like to do a quick review from February. What's been going on with my income. Now, I'm working on a low income budget. That doesn't mean that I don't trust in the Lord, that it's not going to get bigger, because it has. I got a raise, so I thank the Lord for, hey, my leader, Bishop Charles Wilson. So we got a raise at the school, and I thank the Lord for that. But I want to go ahead and jump right in, because y'all know I'm still video shooting from my camera. And it's not going to be long before it cut off. Okay, so my February goals with my income was to put 1,000 of income tax in savings, buy a camera, a tripod, a mic stand. A mic stand will substitute for this tripod that I have broken, and is real good to get an overhead view of when I'm doing my budget videos. Payoff, Bull City. These are different items that's in collection. Which one was for 187, and another one for 228, and another one for 383. And I have more, but for February, that was my goal, to pay off these three and starting. Get a tune-up and tires for my vehicle, which I am going to keep. I'm not going to try to get another vehicle. I'm not going to lie to myself right now. I know I walk by faith and not by sight, but then I also know, if it ain't time to, if it ain't broke right now, don't fix it. So I would prefer to save up for one, so then I can pay cash instead of trying to get a car with payments and I can barely pay my rent. I have common sense as well. Sometimes my common sense fail me. I don't want to listen to it, but this time I am. So that was the $500 for a tune-up and 4 tires for my vehicle I have now, which is a 2002 Honda. Catch up on all my bills, update my AAA policy with an older car like that. Even with a newer car like that, you never know, but especially with an older car like that, I really want to get AAA again. It expired about 3 months ago, so that's what I'm aiming to get AAA really, really soon. Let's see, giving Ace. Oh, okay. I did give Ace appreciation pledge to show our appreciation to our bishop. The children had to pledge their, was asked to pledge their age toward this gift for our bishop, our leader of our church, Bishop Wilson. So Ace age is 8, but we were able to raise $11.25, which our bishop is more than that. But for him, it was pledged his age, but he went over. And I had giving $250. I want to give I wanted to give to this cause, and another giving to this cause. So a $250 a piece. So 1, 2, 3 items has been done. So that's why you see the check marks. So I thank the Lord for that, because it's more blessed to give than to receive. Some may say, oh, you're giving and you know you need this money. Hard times may come. It's going, you have a hard time when school is out. This is true. But every one of those hard times, the Lord blessed me to make it through. So I love to give. If it's not of money, it's of my time. I love to give. And so that is what these 3 items here is what I was able to accomplish in February. The other items I was not able to accomplish in February. Now, how I was able to accomplish this in February is because of my income tax did come through. All right, at the end of February. I think, the 27th, 28th, one of those, it came on through. So, let's just jump right over here. Now, February paycheck, it was fluctuating. I didn't even get finished doing this part because that's when my income tax came through, and I'm like, oh Lord, I thank the Lord for this. And then my February check from a job came through. It was all in the bank, and I'm like, so. Money was just everywhere in the bank. So that sounds good. But anyway, so in February, before my income tax came, in the beginning of February, I said that I was going to do an emergency fund, and in that emergency fund, my goal was to raise $1,000 for my emergency fund. Then I said I want to do the 52-week challenge, and that was, I believe, 1,370. I don't know. I think it's around that part. I should have added it up, but I know it's 1,300 and something. But then when I got into March, even with my income tax, I still did not want to jump the gun. So when March came, I just wrote in here, put on hold. So I'm going to put the 52-week challenge on hold for now. Another thing I had wrote in the beginning of February that is church events that happen at a church event coming up in June, going to Detroit, and I really wanted to go there. I wanted Ace to go there. He's never been there, and it's been over 25 years when I've been there. And I wanted to say $600, which it wasn't going to be enough, but at least closer to my dream. You know what I'm saying? But I also put that on hold too. Yes, I could have caught it up with my income tax. A little bit up, put a little some toward my income tax toward that, but I just wanted to put that on hold until my 1,000 is an emergency fund is done. So then I was actually able to save within February, which this part 687 came out of my income tax. So I put $687 in my emergency fund, and so my current balance to get $1,000 is $313. So I thank the Lord for that. Now, let me see what else. For my credit report and my collections, and February, I wasn't able to pay anything. Remember, I got my income tax around the 28th, something like that. It was at the end of the month, so I had to write down everything and redo a whole lot of different stuff. So I didn't pay anything in February, so the ending balance was the same thing as the beginning balance. Same thing with the active debt that I have. The active debt is the debt that have not went into collection. It can be family, friends. It can be things that I need to pay, and if I don't pay it, it will go into collection. So that was this part here. I didn't pay anything on it in February, so the total started out with 1,438. It ended out with 1,438. Now, at the beginning of February, my credit score was 455. It had dropped because in January it was 526 on my credit report. And I write down the lowest credit report. The lowest credit report, because it's three of them. And this was the lowest. It was 526 in January. Then it dropped in February to 455. The reason why I dropped, I don't have a credit card or anything like that. I just have this. And the only thing that's active on my account right now is the student loan that I have. The other stuff is in collection. Now, the reason why I should have put this down here. Okay, next time I will. The reason why it dropped is because I did not re-sign the paper for my student loan to be deferred. And when it's not deferred, it'll show that you missed payments, and that's why I dropped drastically. So that's a lesson to learn. Please always update your information. Sign the papers when they say they're sending it to you, and send it right back to them. So I went on and I called them, and I got it back going. I got back on deferment. And I'll show you what happened in March when I did that. So now I wrote down what I was going to do for my income tax in February. But remember, it came at the last couple of days of February. I did not get to do it, but I didn't go to the bank to do it because I was so busy going back and forth to work and some other stuff. I was busy of helping with, so I could not go and get the money at the time. So I did it now. So February, it was just everywhere, but I'm getting better. It's hit and misses. You get better. For my cash, this was for my sinking fund. This part here was for my sinking fund. So I was not able to. I was able, but I just didn't because I was so busy, getting other stuff done and rewriting up what I was going to do with my income tax and all this stuff. So then something else came up out of the blue that I had to take care of. So as my cash envelope, um on my first paycheck in February, I was able to do a few. Oh, I can put a check mark right there. A few things, which to get his haircut, gas, $20 for 2 weeks. Groceries, I was able to do $50. Um, Etsy, I had to ship off purchase some items to make so I can send it off to some of my customers. I'm sorry. I got to get my mind together. To some of my customers. So that's I had to purchase the items, so that came up to 1413. I paid my tithing from my paycheck, my first paycheck in February, and then I gave my church expense of $35 to help pay for the lights and stuff, to help pay for the bills of the church. Hallelujah. So then, when my income tax came, I wrote down what I wanted to put in my cash envelopes, which total up to $160. By that time, it was March, beginning of around March 1st or 2nd. So I didn't do it in February. I took care of it in March. So we're gonna go over that. My 10 ways to save that I saw in February that I could do better with was to spend less on fast food, cook more at home, and wash less once a week instead of twice a week. And it's just me and Ace because I wanted to wear something. He needed, he only had a certain amount of shirts, and when we go to school, he's in uniform and I'm in uniform. So what I'm going to do is purchase extra shirts, and then so I'll only have to wash once a week, and he'll have all his shirts for his uniform. Okay, so let's go ahead on into March. March goals. So far, my March goals are to stay focused on the Lord and seek more of the Lord's love and mercy to give to others. Pray for everyone and hold no anger for no one. Now, that's my March goals. And I thank the Lord for that. I'm also going to add more goals. My goals will be to pay off one of the let's go ahead. Let me go ahead on and transfer my goals. So my goals is to completely save $1,000. That's my goal, is to reach for my emergency fund. Okay. Look, I got EEM. I'm sorry. Oh. I'm trying to hurry up because I'm filming with my phone. My emergency fund. The next one of my goal is to pay off Bull City. That is in collection. And that's my lowest one that's in collection right now, which is $187. Let's see. And to update my AAA. That means to get it going again. So far, that's my goals. Of course, I can add more as I go. So that's my goals for March so far. Now, let's go right into my monthly budget and saving, how I'm spending. Now, I didn't put amount up here because this came from my income tax and my first paycheck in March. So I'm going to put first paycheck, and then I'm going to put slash income tax. Okay. All right. So my rent and water was taken care of, which was $500. My electricity is due on the 16th, which will be $121.76. My gas for my house, because some of my items run by gas, is due on the 19th, will be $181. My vehicle insurance is March 12th, which is $66. My phone bill will be March 18th, which is $50. My cable and internet is $89, and I have to make sure on the date on that, so that's why I did not put a date there, but I will be checking with them today. In collection, $187. That's that Bull City that I want to pay off, but I don't have a date on that because I don't know when I'll be able to pay it off right now. My tithe I paid, and I put paid because I didn't remember the exact amount of everything I paid. So when I was writing this down right quick to get this video out, but this tithe is paid from my income tax, and it also is paid from my first paycheck in March. So I just put both of those together and paid it. Giving $50. I gave that to the Lord. And child care, I have not paid that as of yet. Now, for March, for the savings, the only thing is my emergency funds, because you remember I put the other two that I had in February, the 52-week challenge, and the savings that when I wanted to go to Detroit in June, I put both of those on hold. And to my emergency fund is built. So my starting balance is $313. So my emergency fund goal date is April 2020. I want to save $100 a month on this, which in this account, if you know that I automatically get back child support $25 a week from my oldest son, which they're in their 20s. And it's go to the savings account that I have my emergency fund in. So that's how I want to build. That's why I put $100, because within a month it's $100 put into there. There used to be where I had to pull that and use that with my bills, but I'm praying that I can just leave it alone and let it build on up. So my goal total is still $1,000. My actual amount saved this month, why in the world I have $68? Because I had put that on the wrong thing. I can't even put down my actual because the month is not over. Excuse that. So when at the end of the month, I will put down my actual amount that was saved, and then my current goal balance right here. So hopefully it'll be zero, because then that means my $1,000 emergency fund would be done. All right, so I don't like a lot of complicated writing and filling this in because it confuses me. I like to get straight to the point, and that's it. That's why a lot of things are not filled in yet. Maybe I'll learn how to focus and get with it. Now, this is March song, which this was also March monthly budget. Here, I made this as the credit report. This is my credit report, which is my collections and my what I'm owing that's not in collection yet, but I need to pay it. My credit score went up to 532. The reason why I went up to 532, once I called Navient and they put me back on deferred payment, I guess they cleared it, that it was not paid or something changed, or it showed that I made a payment toward it as soon as they did that. But it was a couple of weeks. I got a ding on my credit report, Credit Karma, whenever it had showed up saying, Credit Karma. I know it's not the exact amount number, but I also have experience with someone else, which I don't pay, which is free. And both of them showed me that my credit score went up dramatically. So it had to be from that Nevian, thank the Lord. So it went up to 532, but keep in mind that's my lowest credit score. All right. So far none of these have been paid. Now on 3/6, if any of y'all remember, Ties Plus, my son used his credit Ties Plus credit card to buy me a battery for my car. So it came up to $159. So I paid $25, which is today on the 6th, and now I owe $134. That's the end balance. And another thing I called on today, I was going into the system to pay Central Health, which is $100, what I owe them, because I don't want it to go in collection. And it wouldn't let me make a payment of $25. So it kept saying make a payment of $100. And so I wasn't going to do that because I was, I wanted to just pay $25. So I called them, and the same lady that I took my pay stubs into, she said, once I pulled up, she pulled up my information. She said, I remember working on your account. And this was the lady that's in collection, because by the time the letters that they were sent was saying that the collection people, but they had not put it on my collection report, but it was in a hospital system, like the collection system in the hospital system. They try to collect the money before it go to another collection center that goes on your report. And she said, I remember paying, working on yours. And she said, trying to get this done. She said, hold on. So she had me on hold about 10 minutes. She came back and she said, it's taken care of. You don't even have to worry about it. I'm like, what? What's your name? I want to remember you in prayer. Let me keep this tally. I said, what if it come up saying that, later on it was going in collection? She said, no, I'm taking care of. She said, because what if I can stop? She said, I'm here to collect the money. This is what she told me. She said, but if I can stop it, where you don't have to pay, she said that, that's what she want to do. And I said, well, thank you, Jesus. She said, that's the one thing. So I thank the Lord for her. So I'm going to pay, instead of I paid $100, I put resolved. But then on the ending balance, I put the $100 because I have to still subtract it from the end balance total at the end of the month. So this would be, when I transfer this over to April, this Health Central will not be on my report at all in April. And the Tires Plus one, I'll put it in as the starting balance as $134 instead of $159. That's simple enough for me. So that's how that's going. Now, my cash envelope. So I put my first paycheck, because I'm thinking my first paycheck in March. We've already gotten it. I am going to put in $170. Now in February it told me I would be putting in $160, but I had did some extra work on the side because I did somebody income tax, and they paid me $100, so I had to take out my tithing out of that and put 10 here. So that's where the 170 came up at. So that is it so far of what I want to make sure. There's no sinking funds that's going to be funded right now. This is my list of what I was going to do with my income tax and everything. So let me go ahead and stuff my envelopes. Before I do that, I forgot. A company had reached out to me and asked me to do a review on these budget sheets. Now, When they came, I'm going to show you how they came. And the name of this company is Root Freedom. And this is the cash budgeting system. On the back, it has where you'll write the categories. And on the front, it'll have date, description, balance, and amount. At the top, beginning balance. And you can go on and fill that information in as you add and subtract. It is paper. It is kind of sturdy. And it opens up as so. They sent me 24 in the pack, if I'm not mistaken. 24 in the pack. So these will be giveaways because I don't need all of these. What I did, I took the other ones and I eliminated them, punched holes in them where and I wrote on the bottom of it, like, this is for the collection envelope, money that I'm going to save to pay off collection. This is for my school test that I need to take to keep my degree. This is for my daddy. You see, pets. I don't have a pet no more, but my birthdays and so forth, car repairs. So what I would do, I did at the beginning of this one, you can put, I did a sample. You'll put how much you first put on there, what you're starting on, $25. And as you put it in, put money in, you'll change the balance. As you take money out, the balance change. And I can always erase this off, take this off with alcohol and use it over and over and over again. If you keep them as paper, you won't be able to do that unless you white it out, which will look very messy to me. Up to each his own. But that's all I did. That's all I did. I laminated them, put it on a cutting board, chop the top off where it can open as so. And I keep this in the back of this this here. Okay, let me get this in. I'll put this back in when I'm done. But I want to also talk about a subscriber sent me this beautiful green A5 planner with a whole lot of stickers. So what I did, I made this planner as my budgeting planner. Of course, everybody know that I made this board here, but this also came from a company, and this first sheet that said "But First Coffee" came from I believe Vaalea. I always butcher her name. I'm so sorry. Vaalea Tumma. Okay, so that came from that company, and some of my stickers did. But I just fell in love with this when I saw it, and I moved my pen that I usually had in my pink one over in here. So this would be for my cash envelope, not my cash envelope, for my budgeting. And the other one that I have, my pink and black one, of course, will be for regular. My budgeting is not in here, but this falls up under my brain dumps, my notes and thoughts, my monthly planning for different items and things and places I need to do. Go and things I need to do. That's what I'm using this one for. And this one will remain at home for when I shoot these type of videos. Okay, all right. So let's keep going. Let's go right head on into stuffing our cash envelopes. Now, I had a subscriber said, why did you stop using the one that you usually use, the little wallet? I went and I bought this, and I bought the plastic zipped envelopes, and I thought about that, and I said, not just because she went and done it, got her stuff, but I thought about it, and I want to thank that subscriber for bringing that back to my attention. Because, yes, this is what I am going to keep it in. I was keeping it in my black and pink one, but I am going to keep my cash envelopes in this one. And instead of using the cash envelopes that I used on my last video, a video before that, whenever. You know, the paper, the laminated ones, paper envelopes. Let me show you. Like this. Instead of using these envelopes, I am going to stick to these. Because to me, these are quicker, faster for me to get in, get out, drop my change in, receipt in, and she's correct. She's totally right. So I'm going back to this. So in this video, I do have my gas, mom, ACE, household, entertainment, groceries, toiletries, church offering, and tithe. All right. So let's get to stuffing our cash envelopes. But I want to first check to make sure that my camera is still going. So let me get to my cash envelope in March page. And let me check my camera. Not my camera, my phone. Yeah, you're still moving. So let me hurry up before it cut off. All right, so let's go ahead on. I'm going to put this to the side. And let me go ahead on and pull out the cash. So we're working with $170. So let's get our ones. I can't see what you see. Lord knows I need to hurry up and get a camera. And right now I can't right now. I can't. Even with my income tax. I don't want to feel like I'm rich for a moment. You know, I got to still budget and stuff. So once I get certain stuff caught up and saved up, then I will, Lord's will, go ahead and get that. Okay. Righty. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. I'm sorry. Everywhere. All right. Please don't come for me because my money all kind of ways. Because y'all know I'm trying to rush with this camera. So I hope you can see it. Let me put it this way. Hopefully you can see it this way. Hopefully. Okay. All right. So let's get the stuff in our cash envelopes. All right. So the first cash envelope. Let me move this. Put that there. Hopefully you can see it. Is mom. And mom gets $20. No. Oh, yeah. That's what it says on here, mom. So let me find mom. Right here. I already have them open. So mom gets